Every night she saw the same shadow under her door. A thin, silent line of darkness, a perfect negative of the light from the hallway. It was a familiar sight, something she'd grown accustomed to, a strange but constant companion in her nightly routine. It never moved, it never made a sound. She would finish her work, brush her teeth, and slip into bed, and the shadow would remain, a motionless sentinel just beyond her room, until tonight. Tonight, everything was different, because when the lights went out, when her room plunged into that familiar, comfortable darkness, the shadow moved. At first it was just a soft shuffle, like fabric dragging across the floor. Then, a distinct sound of footsteps, slow and deliberate. Her heart began to pound in her chest, a frantic drum against the sudden silence. She squeezed her eyes shut, telling herself it was just her imagination, a trick of the tired mind. But when her eyes flickered open again, the darkness wasn't empty. The camera of her phone, left on by accident, glitched and came back to life, its low light mode revealing the scene. The shadow was no longer a neat line under the door. It was distorted, bunched up at the edge, as if something was now standing right behind the wood, and it wasn't her shadow. It was too tall, too broad, too wrong. Then, the doorknob began to rattle, a slow metallic jiggle that sent a wave of ice through her veins. A low sound followed, a distorted breath or maybe a guttural growl that seemed to vibrate through the floorboards. She held her breath, paralyzed by a fear so primal it stole the air from her lungs. They say shadows only copy our movements, that they are nothing but extensions of ourselves. But this one was different. This one wasn't copying, this one was waiting. The rattling stopped. The hallway light, which had been her only comfort, flickered and died. Silence, a heavy, suffocating silence. Then, a slow, agonizing creak as the door began to swing open. What if the next shadow you see under your door isn't yours? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next descent into the dark. Stay safe out there.